Lafayette, good evening, family. I want to share a couple of words that I hope can help set the tone and stimulate the conversation tonight. Some you might feel, some might hurt. If it hurts, say ouch. If you feel it, say church, say ashe, say synagogue, say whatever you feel, and let me know you're with me. So, I'm touring the Texas state capitol, right? My small brown body cast against the canvas of tall white coliseums and things is reaching back centuries. I'm dwarfing in the bleached shadows of their history. With small brown bodies like mine with but minor details in a portrait of American history manifest only in the margins, is footnotes on the pages of recorded history, but right now, my thoughts are of Brianna. Brianna of light Latina hue and American college girl humor. She is a walking library of white supremacist mythology trapped in a mausoleum of mestizo skin Brianna. Knowledgeable tour guide who just walked me and some 30 visitors through the pristine halls of the state capitol. The jokes, they glint off of her tongue with irony. Her commentary, it clashes with her culture as she speaks of Texas history in a possessive. We were defeated in the Battle of the Alamo in 1836, she says. We rallied back 6 weeks later and won the Battle of San Jacinto, thereby founding the great state of Texas. She continues. And I keep trying to figure out how she manages to fit all her light brown me inside of all that western white we. How she can so easily mix memories of moccasin shoe mamas beneath the steel-toed stairs of Lone Star boots now walking across the marble floors of her oppressor's history as she speaks. There's a festival going on the front lawn of the Capitol. Her voice struggles to be heard above the booming bass lines of reggae tone rhythms blaring from the speakers outside. And I can't help but wonder if the cognitive dissonance inside her head doesn't just as loudly. There are women, many of them of Brianna's hue, dancing to her people's music. I think they're doing Zumba or the Macarena, or some English words fail to do justice. And I'm struggling to see how she fails to see the injustice in the story she's been paid to propagate. And can she hear her ancestors' rebuttal thumping through the drums as they echo through the halls of the Texas state capitol? Brianna, can you hear your ancestors calling? At the end of the tour, an elderly white woman asked Brianna, "What does the word Texas mean?" And she quickly replies, "It's a Caddo Indian word for friendship." And I immediately want to look up the word friendship and see if there's anything I missed. Perhaps there are etymological references to blood-splattered chieftains and trails of tears. Maybe these are key ingredients to lifelong bonds and I'm the oblivious one. Or maybe Texas, like Charlottesville, like Louisiana, like America, is just a really messed up friend. The kind that vice grips your bones and its handshake until your bones are ground to dust and the remains are left to mix with the blood and sweat of capital gains to form the watered down colors that they use to paint the monuments to their greatness. They'll shade you into their shadows, etch your name into the edges of their borders. It's footnotes, loser of the battle, vanquished, full term mascot, misguided tour guide through the halls of another man's history. Never its foundation is keeper of this land before a hostile takeover. Its blood rights to this ground before oil rape. Texas. If you are friendship, then what do I call my enemies? Can I share just one more piece of something? In the spirit of reparations, in the spirit of right now, for our brothers and sisters in Libya, for our brothers and sisters enslaved the world over, for our ancestors. When they came for me, I was all flailing limbs, bulging eyes, staring through midnight black, with shaky fingers, moistened palms, with trembling teeth, mumbling 23rd songs. Yea, though I spoke my mother's mantras, I found no peace in the valley that my hunters crafted for me. My sweaty brow, a furrowed forest, above awestruck eyes, white as moonlight, I ran squirrely tremors in darkness, born of king's blood, a lion's heart reduced to conniving rats scurrying through throes of survival, stripped of claws and fang, stripped of mane and pride. My cubs sold at master's whim, my growth at the limits of master's whip, my humanity blocked on stages of human auction when they came for me. I was not surprised. I have known nothing other than quick footfalls that bang of firing metal, shriek shrill, it crack of leather lash, swift silence, and snap of dangling rope. I have never known still. I have only known run, post-racial America. A children's story. We need to have a conversation about race.
Yeah.
Turns page. We need to have a conversation about race. Turns page. We need to have a conversation about race. Turns page. I don't think y'all heard me. I said, we need to have a conversation about pain and gun smoke and blood. Turns page. We need to have a bang, bang, and gun smoke and blood and blood. Turns page. But we bang, 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 and gun smoke and blood and blood and blood and blood and turns page. America, if my name is part your name, so much so in fact that you could fit me inside you. If I am Erica, a 6-foot-tall, 300-pound brown man, skin Mississippi mud, voice Italian accent that is any New York native, does my perfect blend of melting pot miscegenation not garner enough respect for you to not choke me to death in broad daylight, to not matador your manic nightmares of me out of plain view if I am Sean, with wedding bells ringing in my very near future? Will it buy me enough time for you to not permanently alter my chances at a happily ever after if I am Michael, as a messenger of God, when my message is muted by the bullets of a white cop before it ever gets the chance to mature? Does anyone hear the body drop, or does it just rot like a postmodern dream deferred into a blur of concrete? And what else is new? If I am Oscar, worthy of the main stage of life, will it grant me a nomination of human, of son, of father, of worthy of next breath and a second chance to kiss my wife and lay my daughter down in bed at night without you puppeteering her nightmares for years to come? Do you sleep well at night, knowing that my mother never will? Do you rest peacefully, knowing that you denied me the chance to do anything but America? What dark phantoms creep in the underbelly of your dreams, huh? What ocean of skeletons tap dance around your bed at night? What terror you dress black bodies in? Do we all turn to bullseyes under your scope? How rigid must be my walk? How docile the smile and timid the eyes to not boil your bloodthirst and jostle your murderous knee-jerk? How articulate must be my speech to match the diction of a genocidal derelict? What you gonna teach my kids, America? About grit, about pull yourself up by your bootstraps when you pulled your empire out of the ashes and dust of bloody black bodies for centuries. What you gonna teach me about nonviolence, about turning the other cheek? Well, with all that blood plastered to your hands and teeth, you owed yourself a national state of emergency a long time ago. But who is to save you when it is the long arms of your own law that strangle your lifespan shorter every day, that make ritual sacrifice of your own citizens every day? Where go these black bodies that your law leaves lifeless? To what god of fear? To what angry gnashing teeth mouth of hellborn fury? America, if my name is part your name, you are a murder of your own tongue, your teeth, the jagged edged knife devouring your speech, your truth, a blood-soaked venom your children choke on. You are a sadomasochistic suicide letter, a death wish feeding on itself. You cannot cut off your round nose. Despite your pale face cannot amputate the Africa from your American body, we will haunt you like phantom limb. Will be the missing blues in a rock you can no longer call blood from. We who are born to bronze under the warm eye of sun, deemed obscene if we don't bleach our black to oblivion. We, a rhythmic tongue, who dance circles around your dead and linear narrative of murder, death, kill, a perpetual war and rumors thereof. We, who have always been there to serve your whims, America, to quench your bloodthirst and quell the hunger pangs in your beastly belly while tap dancing across your fangs, only to find lonely solace in your cavernous hearts, an amphitheater of the depraved, waiting to feast on our brown skins. We will no longer dance for you, nor sing your song of death. What will become of you once the minstrel leaves the theater, when you are left bereft of black mammies and pickaninnies to pluck the fear and boredom from your cash-crop craniums? America, if my name is part your name, you are a continent of cacophonous consonants who will collapse in my absence. Once you vanquish the vowels, we will howl in the wind, reform ourselves nebulous, rain ourselves anew to fertilize the tomorrows that our earth incubates for us. Wade in the waters of her womb to be reborn in the wake of your absence, but we will no longer try to fit ourselves inside of you, America. Ouch. You can spell out your death sentence alone. Yeah.